we're in the garage. We'll get started in here. Got the floor done. That was a major project. The product used was PPG industrial coat. I went through, had to grind the floor down. It was actually pitched from the driveway, which gets replaced next year. It was actually pitched into the garage, and everything pooled right here. So I had to grind the whole floor out and get us a downward flow or a pitch out of the garage. So during the winter it was just a mess in here. So that got done. Air compressor, it's a blessing in disguise. So I went to one of the home improvement centers, and you'll know who I went to in just a moment here. Went there and ordered a 40-gallon with what I needed. It was a 3 horsepower, and ordered it up, paid for it, had it special ordered in, brought it in. My wife and I went to pick it up, and this is what they gave me. They gave me a 60-gallon, and quite a bit. It's a big shop. It's more than I'll ever need. So the thing was, this wasn't one I ordered, and I told them this. I didn't order this. I'm not paying more for this. It's not in the budget, and it won't allow me to do other things if I do buy this. This is why I chose the other compressor for what I'm doing, and then when I move up and beyond, I would sell that one and go with something this size. However, she brought up, she was, well, I'm not gonna, the lady at the local home improvement place said that it was more a hassle to return it than it would be to just give me a Christmas present early. So that was my early Christmas present. Quite the upgrade to a 5 horsepower, 2-stage, 2-cylinder, 60-gallon, 175 max PSI, and 15.3 SCFM. More than I can handle. So I would have some questions on there. Wasn't thinking when I mounted this to the floor on vibration pads. Wasn't thinking. And I've got about an inch clearance in the back here of the fan that blows against the pump. I do need the floor space, as I was saying, because we park in here in the winter time, and this is just the best place to put it. It was up here by in the garage by the sink, and I will do it. Now, cooling. I understand it from what the book says. I need it 18 inches around, but I'm going to be also dropping a fan. I'll just mount a fan on the wall right below the car glass, drop it down, and have a fan blowing on that at all times. Will that be sufficient? The fan that's actually on the pulley ensemble, the assembly there, it isn't a large volume moving. It's just enough to go across those fins. But provided that I drop a fan down on it directly, do you think that'll be all right? That's one question. Just drop an answer down below. But anyhow, with that savings, I was able to. Santa Claus came early, and I was able to charge my batteries here. I picked up pretty much everything I thought I would need in general for the vehicle, and then some. I'm a tool freak, so. I chose Cobalt. Well, one, I've never had any issues with them. Never had any issues with return. Never had any issues with anything breaking. We'll see. I've never had their pneumatic series before. Oh, which brings me a question, or a question I have with this here. I want to put an air dryer system similar to what was on one of the channels has here, Mr. Fireman in Oklahoma. And I believe when my air comes in here, I think he has a water separator that he pulls his air through on that. Question is, when I go to do that, does the filter go in line on that ahead of time? Is this just a foam filter to collect all the dust going in? Is that basically what I do? And then down line, when we run out the side of the tank back here in the corner, up and across the garage, I'm actually going to go through the basement, because eventually the air will come into the basement from the shed. But then I'll put my dryer in there. Actually going to put it here. It's easy to clear because I got a sink right here, and then I put an extra drain. You can't see it underneath the stuff, but I put an extra drain in where I could actually run it down and fill it and empty it. So anyhow, I'm gone from there. But yeah, just got all that stuff. As for the welder that I picked up, the tank is on order. They didn't have the one I wanted. Picked up a 240 volt Lincoln 180 Pro Mig. I actually went through the Lincoln dealer here in Salt Lake City and bought this one. Reason being that I bought that in Salt Lake City was the internals more than anything. Let's see here. My mother-in-law, bless her heart, bought me a welding mask and bought me a new stool because my stool broke on me. The main reason I bought it was because the feed assembly is all aluminum. I was looking at the one at Home Depot and Lowe's, and it was all plastic. This one's all a little bit. I spent a few bucks more for it, but you know, I did it because of the assembly on inside. It was all aluminum feed, so that was the reason why I went with that. And we actually have a Lincoln at work, and we also have Miller products at work. And believe it or not, the Lincoln works just as well, if not better, for less money. Anyhow, as you see, the car's in the garage, and we got everything, got it settled. I started pulling some stuff off, but I'll come back to the car in a minute, just kind of showing you what I got done. The loft, done. I just got to get my mini fridge down and put it on the other fridge that'll go here, and that's just gonna be there. That's what the kids know that that's Dad's fridge, that's Dad's stuff, stay out of it. That's where all the car stuff's gonna go, and go from there. But let's go for a walk. Beautiful fall evening in North Utah. Beautiful. There's the mountains out there. If you look and zoom, okay, we can't really zoom out, but we got some snow up at about the 8,000 foot mark. Not much, just a skiff. But yeah, that's my view out my front door. So, anyways, we were working on that door before. Ta-da! Done. Got it done. The finish on it, we did an antique finish on it. We like it a lot. It gives it that old kind of rustic look. Very insulated, very insulated, very good door, fiberglass. We had it extended so we could put a storm door on it. But it has a functionable speakeasy, which makes it nice. And that stuff, because my kids like to my daughter just likes to open the door, and then she can open it up and back away from the door and see who it is. We haven't got our cameras installed yet. That's next year's project. Stained glass is back in, everything's done. No more condemned. Next year's big project is the driveway and the front entry. Just a whole new, we're gonna do a whole new landscaping. But anyways, we did the walkout before. You guys remember the walkout from the prior video? It's complete now. Backyard faces west, makes it for hot evenings in the wintertime. But now we extended this sidewalk out 5 foot. Got the first 2 steps down. Before it was just dirt and a hole before. But I just got the little piece down there to pour in the stone. My wife said she'll take care of that. Oh yeah, the gutter. My wife said she'll take care of the stone. Probably won't get to it this year. It's all sealed in, ready to go, ready for winter, and that stuff. I will have the little portion poured probably within the next day or so. Get that done. But the majority of the project done. This used to be dirt. I'm trying to figure out how to put a slideshow up here. I'm gonna do a slideshow of all the projects I did around the house and that stuff and get it done. But yeah, it was pretty. From nothing to poured wall. I did the poured wall, did the forms myself, dug it myself. Only thing I hired out was the main excavation and the actually cutting of the concrete wall of my foundation. So, but everything else I did with the help of a really close service brother and that stuff. So 7 7-inch steps. That's what we went. So anyhow, got the car in the garage, as you saw I was talking about. Started going through it, pulled the rear glass out of it last night. Just goofing around, pulled the trim around this today. And I don't know if any of y'all noticed us doing any second gens first 3 years or not. Did y'all have a whole bunch of silicone just jam-packed in here that made it impossible to get the trim off in one piece, and it actually bends the crap out of it by getting it off because of the amount of silicone? And this is just a little bit that I'm showing here. It was a canvas top, so I'm hoping to see one of y'all replace the roof here while I'm recovering from this surgery, from this shoulder replacement. This one is beyond repair, and I don't know, well, unless you guys can maybe bark in and all that stuff. Get in here. Holes all the way across, everywhere there's a clip, there's a hole, and then some. Help suggestions on what to do. Again, this is the first time I've ever come up with one of these, and gone from there. But yeah, this is a big solid hole there. It's just amazing. I'll be pulling the rear glass out today, or this evening, or something to do. Anyhow, next thing, the doors. I am so lucky. I had a buddy of mine come over who actually does this professionally well, doesn't do this professionally. He's a painter, a car painter. He'll be the one painting this. He looked this car over and said that it's got some definite just potential. It's a beautiful car. The doors, he said, are perfect. There's no holes, no rust, no nothing. They are perfect. He went through it. He has this it measures for filler. There's no filler in it whatsoever at all. Did notice here, I got one ding right here. But other than that, we're gonna bang it from the inside. He said we can make that look perfect with minimal filler. The line's straight. We ran a laser across the line. Last night he ran his laser, was straight. Another thing too is I thought that I guess I didn't have any mirrors. He says that was common back in the early 70s. That only have a driver's side door mirror. There isn't one here. Is that so? Comment in, let me know. I'd like to know, but I love using my mirrors, hence why I've never been in an accident for using mirrors. Yeah, it just was something new to me. So back here in the back a little bit. So they decided they wanted to put their boom booms a little bit bigger in there and pretty much destroyed the package tray. Destroyed the package tray. I was banging on it and looking at it, and I couldn't get my head in from the stuff before, but once we pulled the window out last night, the back glass, I almost cried. Oh well, it's just, we're never presented with nothing we don't think we can handle. And then again, all the holes back here and there, like one of the videos I showed, here's just a little bit more in detail. It's just ate away. It's just completely ate away in there. So yeah, I think a roof is entailed. Unless I can cut it and go, but I haven't. I'm not gonna. It's the floor, everything's solid inside, so I'm not gonna bead blast. I'm gonna do a real strong cleaning, sand it myself, and epoxy. I'm not gonna sandblast it. They use aircraft stripper on it. I'm just gonna use the vroom vrooms and the pneumatics and get the DeWalt out and put some flappers on there, I forget what they call them, the flapjack sanding disc, go 80 grit, 100 grit, and just take it right on down the metal and clean it up. That's the way I think I'm going to finish taking the paint off this way. I'm not going to spend the $1,000 they want to do it. So here's another thing. Are these the headliner rods? There's several of them in the car. That's what I'm assuming. They're about that distance, the width of the roof. Don't know. But anyhow, give me a comment below, let me know. But I'm excited to get going. I'm not going to be able to get onto it for a while here. Sounds like I'll be down 3 to 4 months with the shoulder. I'll do some, what I plan on doing is while I'm down is some of the I've got 19 subscribers on. I'm just pretty happy. Never thought it possible, just some guy just wanted to do something fun here. Never thought he had this many subscribers, but yeah, thank you to all of you guys that have subscribed and look at it and give me likes and all that stuff. I really appreciate it, and that stuff. It's just a passion I have. But I think while I'm down, I am a engineer, electrical engineering background, licensed master electrician, and I've been asked to do some short videos on how to do stuff properly and how to wire things properly and to do things properly. So I think I'll do that on my 4 months off. Your basic. How to wire in a panel. Let's see if I can flip this around and do a selfie in there. How to wire in panels, do 3-way switches, single pole switches, hook in, just lighting, and how to do it safely. Grounding systems, just hooking up air compressors. This stuff that's the right way, that it's legal, and most of all, safe. Some of these things, these channels I see on here, and I see how they got things wired. It's just, yeah, it can be dangerous, and especially when you're running. There's a lot of static running air tools and what have you. Sometimes not so much because all the moisture, but yeah, it could be trouble sometimes. But yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do my 4 months off, 3-4 months, however it is, while I'm recovering from this surgery and that, but go from there. But we looked at this and this car again last night, like I said, with my buddy who's a painter. He doesn't think this car's ever been in any kind of, whoops, let me pull the hood up forward more. This doesn't have any hinges. He doesn't think there's been any front end damage. No crinkles in the firewall whatsoever. It was an AC car, he said. I think it's because of that big hole there. But no crinkles in the firewall. No nothing. I mean, we're solid up front. I'm thinking of changing this over to a Detroit Speed front end on it to just because I want some independent suspension up front to run better, just a lot better. Or if there's other ways to do it, great. But everything's been new bushings up front. The brakes are all new inside. Just they're kind of rusty, but yeah, they went with disc brakes on it. But yeah, it's just been sitting forever, so it's time to get on it and give it some love and get her done. But definitely, if I go with disc brakes, I'm gonna have to change that. I think we have to go with Willwoods or the other ones. But anyways, a lot of time in the winter time to really go through this car, you know, and get it. Haven't decided. They've kind of hacked this front end up. They put split bumpers on it. I've got them inside the car, but it was a solid bumper before. This front end nose, this nose is perfectly, it's straight, it's lined up good. I think I'm just gonna stay with this and then maybe find another RS sometime. You know, this is my first car. Might as well do it, and I just need a new grill and what have you, and make this one fancy and just make it a Z28 clone. It's a lot easier to do than to try to do an RS. Plus, I wouldn't be lying. You know, I could do the put everything on here that the Z28 had, because it's a lot easier to do than doing an RS. Well, your comments would be great. This video is getting a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but logos are in. You know, I got my my drawing that I came up with, sat down with the designer, and this is the logo for Busy Bee Restorations. Fulfilling a dream. I will do, while I'm in recovery, I'll explain the fulfilling a dream, what this car exactly is for, why it's this car, why it's a 72, and why I'm doing it. I've been blessed by Heavenly Father to definitely get this going, but this is a dream to fulfill and all that stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go out of here. Got the toolboxes, all that stuff all set up in place. It's still a mess out here. I still got a furnace to get done. I got a buddy of mine, he's gonna come install that for me so the garage will be heated and all that stuff. And my picture of Dale from Rick's Restoration. So, or Rick Dale from Rick's Restoration down there. So he came to the car show here, and my 5th gen Camaro took 2nd place, and actually 3rd place, excuse me. And 2nd place in other shows and 1st place in other shows, but he came by the car, talked to us, and shot the breeze, and he and his wife and signed this away, and his son. So yeah, it was that was fun, good times. So we actually went down to the store and I got his bumper sticker there to show it. But yep, got all the lights in, the shop lights. These weren't in before. All conduit in. I was able to get all that done. That was one of the lists. Front door, the walkout door. I epoxied the floor. I showed you that a little bit. The list was long. Just all time-consuming stuff. I rebuilt the stairs in here. Everything was brown. Everything brown. My wife wanted to get away with it and go with more modern, so it's all rebuilt and gathered out here, and just we've gone to grays and just change it to the modern days. So anyways, y'all, thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button below, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you soon. We're gonna get some of these things mailed out, and we'll say hello and get everyone who's been commenting and following me so far. If you could drop me an address, I'll be more than happy to send you one of Busy Bee Restoration stickers there. Till now, Busy Bee signing out. See ya.